crack on, right? Sean, thank you very much for coming on. Welcome to the podcast. I've been following you for years. I was obviously saying to you the other day, wasn't I, about like you have got a buzz in Liverpool, like your page. I swear to God, you've helped a lot of people. But how did it all start then, Sean? For you, where did you sort of start? What's your backstory?
From the very beginning.
Yeah.
So obviously, I've been into property, like addicted to property all my life. I used to watch Sarah Beanie's, what was it called? Property Ladder.
Yeah.
I used to love that. You used to watch it?
I didn't, but I've heard a lot of people speak about it. But
that was my favourite programme.
Was it?
Yeah. Homes Under the Hammer, obviously.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite ones. And Grand Design.
Yeah.
So that was what I was like brought up watching because I used to love it all.
Yeah.
And then I always wanted to get into property, but obviously I had no money.
Yeah.
At all, so I just didn't know how to do it all.
Yeah.
So do you want the story where the money come from?
Yeah, go on.
So I was left school at 16, and my mum applied for a job in Asda because there was an Asda opening where I lived.
Which one was it?
It was Breck Road.
Breck Road,
I live in
yeah.
Walton. So my mum filled the application form in. That didn't tell me and just said, "Oh, you got an interview. You'll have to go because you need a job." So I was like, "Okay then." So I went and got a job. And I was working there. I ended up working in Asda for 10 years, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But it was probably one of the best things I ever done because when I was 18, years ago in Asda, when Walmart used to own it, you used to be able to buy shares.
Oh, yeah.
And you could buy shares on the American stock market. So you bought Walmart shares.
Wow.
Now, obviously, I never had a clue about shares or the American stock market.
Yeah.
I was only 18.
Yeah.
And everyone in Asda was buying the shares, so I thought I'll just go in and buy it. It was a 3-year thing, so you had to start it and then they'd mature in 3 years time.
Yeah.
And you get your money. So I forgot all about it for like 2.5 years. Completely forgot all about the money, and it got took out of your wages every single month.
Oh, I see. So it's like in yeah. I see.
Like before I got my money, they'd take the money, go to shares for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then like it was coming up to where they'd mature, and so I was getting to 21 now.
Wow.
And everyone in the shop was talking about it, saying like they've more than doubled, they've gone mad and all that. And I still didn't have a clue about shares and all that. So I was just like, all I kept asking is, how much money am I getting?
Yeah.
How much money am I getting? And then because I was only doing like a few hours, and that's so obviously I couldn't go in it massively. A lot of people were in it a lot more than me and was getting a lot more money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went to one of the older ladies who worked there and showed them like me letter and said, "Can you work out how much I'm going to get, like roughly in that?" And then she rang me. It was like, "I think you're going to get like £10,000."
Fucking hell.
So I was like just turning 21. Now I was only on £6 an hour in Asda. I had no savings, so that was like a lot of money for me. You know what I mean? It was massive.
It's a lot of money anyway, isn't it? Now, like.
So it was proper massive for me. So I was 21, and my mum and dad gave me £1,000 for being 21. So I had £11,000. So obviously I was like, right, I'm buying a house. I'm buying a house. No matter what, I'm buying a house.
Yeah.
So I was telling everyone, and everyone was laughing at me, saying, "You're not going to buy a house. There's no way. You're just not going to buy a house."
Yeah.
I was like, "Watch me." So I went and had a meeting with the mortgage advisor. First time I'd ever done anything like this. I never had any credit at all. And I was on I was only contracted, like a low contract in work. So she gave me a bit of advice. She said, "You need to go back to work. You need to ask them for a bigger contract, and you need to go and get some credit." So when I got a top man card, remember Top Man at times?
Yeah.
And when I got a Top Man card, I was buying like jeans and tops on it, and then paying it off straight away. Yeah. And then that got me credit up.
So had you left Asda at this point?
No, I never ever left Asda.
I was going to say, yeah. I thought you
Asda.
got your dropsy and then were like, "I'm off for you."
No, I went in it again and again and again.
I see.
And got more and more houses. Do you get me?
Yeah. So go on, sorry. Go on. So you had your Top Man card.
Yeah, so that got me credit score up because I never had a credit score at all.
Yeah.
I mean? So that got me a credit score up. And then I went into work and they said, "We'll give you more hours contract." So I could go back to the mortgage advisor then.
And then
she said, "Yeah, you can borrow like 60 with my deposit and my contract. I could borrow 62.5 grand. So that was the maximum I could borrow at 21.
Yeah.
Now I thought I was a proper millionaire because I could borrow 62.5 thousand pounds. And I wanted the house round by my mum's because I knew that area very well. I knew people who'd rent it.
Yeah.
I'd go up there and knew the houses and everything. But it was a little bit hard because they weren't really any for sale. And then one came up and it come up for £70,000. Now it was absolutely derelict. No one had lived in it for years. Yeah. I'm surprised they even got a mortgage on it because that's how bad it was. But I was clueless. Yeah. I was just full of like energy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was one of my first ever viewings, and I didn't want to go on my own, so I brought my sister. No, she's never ever bought a house in her life. I'd never bought a house in my life. We went in, we just ran round. I was like, I'll have it. But it was like, there's just one problem. And they were like, what? This was in 2010, by the way.
Yeah.
So, like, around where I was in 2010, no one was really buying houses in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Not that I knew of, anyway.
Yeah.
So I said to the estate agents, I can only borrow 62.5 grand, and that's with me deposit. Like, that's the total. There's no, like, more. And she was like, okay, then. So they rang me later on. I was like, listen, you're the only person that's been to see that house, you know. No one else has rang up, but it's only just come up. So wait a couple of weeks, and if no one else goes and views it, you can have it for 62.5 grand.
That's sound, isn't it?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, then, sound. So I waited 4 weeks, and then they rang me 4 weeks later. I just remember walking around the park, and they rang me, and they were like, no one else has been to view that house, you know. Like, it's only you, and you're the only one that's offered. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. And it was like, the owner said you can have it, you know, for 62.5 grand if you still want it. And I was like, go on then. Because back then, I don't know, they weren't like a buzz about buying houses.
Yeah.
It was just something that I really, really wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying it, bearing in mind, I never went to see it again. I'd only seen it 5 minutes with my sister.
Yeah.
And then I got the keys. I got the keys about 3 months later. And obviously because I told everyone, because I couldn't keep my mouth shut, I told all my family, all my mates. I went and got the keys. And there was about, I'm not messing, there was about 25 of us outside going in to see it for the first time. And it was just an absolute mess. Like, I can't believe I got a mortgage on it. It was that bad. Like, the windows were all single glazed. They had, like, glass missing in them. The back garden was huge.
Where was it, Walton?
Walton, yeah.
Yeah.
It was absolutely huge, the back garden.
Was it, yeah?
Yeah. And it was all overgrown massively, right up to the back gate.
Yeah.
And all my mates helped me and my brothers helped me. And we done it. It took us 8 months to do.
Yeah.
And I had to go and work loads in Asda, do some overtime to get more money to pay for jobs every month.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all my mates, loads of my mates helped me at the time because we were all young.
How old are you, 21?
Yeah, we were all young and none of us really had proper jobs. None of us had like kids and nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were all free, so we all had a free time. So everyone was helping me.
Cracking on,
Yeah, even my family and that. And then we ended up getting it all ready. Yeah. And then rented it out. Couldn't believe it.
So the plan was always to rent it out, was it?
Always. I was never going to leave.
Yeah.
I stuck letters in the window saying like to let.
Yeah.
Bring this number because I didn't even know like you could advertise on things. You know what I mean?
Mad, isn't it?
Because it was going back that far.
Yeah. Did you get anything from that? From the little
loads?
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, all random people. I've got a mad story to tell you about the first tenant, but
go on.
Have we got time?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
This is all true, and you can probably Google it if you want to. So this was my first ever tenant. So
this house,
yeah. She turned up and she was dressed immaculate and she smelled lovely and she had one kid. And I was thinking, she had clean trainees on and everything, and I was thinking, you're someone I'd want in my house.
Yeah.
So I picked her, let it in. Never done any background checks, never done nothing. Never even asked for like ID or nothing.
Is this off the thing in the window as well?
Yeah, like no background check. I didn't even know her name couldn't even be real, you know what I mean? I didn't do any checks at all. I just liked it because she looked clean.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, you couldn't let someone in a house without doing all checks, can you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back then, I was clueless, weren't I?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, you can have it. You look nice and clean. So I ended up giving it to her. I think I took like a £500 deposit. I put it in my bank. I never done it like what you're meant to do. There's all rules, isn't there? I never followed any of them. I just put it in my bank. Yeah. made up with the deposit. And anyway, she was
nick for that now.
What?
You get nick for that now.
I know. That'd be murder, wouldn't it? Proper murder.
Yeah.
But I ended up anyway, it was fine. She was living in it a couple of months. I was made up with myself.
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't believe that I was renting a house. I was a landlord. It was all I'd ever wanted.
Yeah.
And then I was in work in Asda, stacking my shelves, being dead happy and that.
Yeah.
And this is all true. The police rang me phone.
No.
And was like, do you own the house on Cherry Lane? And I was like, yeah, I own that house.
I know Cherry Lane. Yeah.
That was my first ever one. It was a boss house, 3 bedrooms, front and back garden.
Yeah.
It was boss.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I rent it out to a girl. And they were like, well, we need you to come down here straight away. We need to speak to you. You need to come down here now. So I left work and went straight down there. And I swear to God, you can Google it. There must have been 50 police officers.
No.
All the way along Cherry Lane. They cordoned the whole street off from top to bottom. Like, these, like, special officers come to me and was asking me all questions. Who was in the house, who had rented it to, all stuff like that. The girl who had rented it to had got a new fella. And him and his mate had robbed the bank.
You're messing.
This is my first house I'd ever let out in my
life.
She'd only been in there about 3 months. So they had, like, boxes of cash In the
In the house?
Yeah, God knows how the police, I don't even know how the police found them in that house, but the whole house was surrounded. There was a helicopter above it. They'd done an armed robbery.
No wonder she had clean shoes, eh?
I know. and then what happened next? Oh yeah, so I was there. They were asking me all questions and that, and I was just like, honestly, I led it to a girl and a baby. I'm gonna clue who all these men are, because there was like 4 of them in there. They'd done like an armed robbery on a bank. They had loads of money in there. They started burning it in the bath, and you could see,
the money?
The money, because they were all in the house. So they were burning the money in the bath, and all the smoke was coming out. You should have seen how much smoke was coming out the house, all black smoke. And then these police, like all dressed in black, guns and everything, just stormed the house and dragged every one of them out one by one.
Oh my God.
There was literally 50 police. There was ambulances and like fire engines and all that ready to go. All the the neighbours, I felt terrible. The neighbours were dead old, right? They were getting like they were getting evacuated on their hands and knees.
No,
I swear to God, the other side of the house were on their hands and knees, crawling out, getting evacuated, and I was at the end saying, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" I couldn't believe it. I don't think they ever forgive me. They were about 80 odd,
crawling,
and they were all crawling, and they had like the police shields,
yeah,
like these big massive shields that the police use.
Yeah.
The busies were shielding them as they were walking along the floor, and they were crawling and walking dead low on the floor. I swear to God,
that's fucking
it
mental.
Sounds like I'm making it up, but I'm genuinely not. You can Google it.
So what did that scare you, like, or
that
what?
massively scared me, because the house was proper, like, it weren't like.
So did she get legged after that or not?
Yeah. I never seen her ever again. Like, obviously she got arrested. She got arrested, and I don't know what she got arrested for, but they all got arrested.
Fucking hell, that's
I never
mad.
Seen her. I never got the house back for like a week. The police had like control of it, and there was like a policeman outside like for 24 hours for like a week or something.
Wow.
Like that. Because it was a proper serious crime what they had done.
Yeah.
And then
ever find any dough in there?
No.
No.
But there was just like a lot of
that's mad. That is mad.
I had to get a new bathroom, and again, everyone helped me. All my mates helped me, and we had to paint everywhere. It was very hard to get rid of the smell.
Yeah.
Like, it was the first time I'd ever like smelt like fire damage. Really.
Yeah.
And it was hard to get rid of the smell, but in the end,
Was the house ruined though?
Not really. The bathroom we got to get a new bath and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it weren't
Just
really
the bathroom.
It weren't really like the whole house. The police went in straight as soon as they started burning that money. The police went right in. They must have just thought like, this needs to end now. And then I was going to claim on my insurance, but never even had landlord insurance. that's how young I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no point in even ringing that, because I've got residential mortgage. I've got residential insurance. There's no point in even ringing them. So me and me mates,
You would have had a field day with that, wouldn't you?
No. So me and me mates just like done as best as we can, got it all back looking good after like a month or so.
Yeah.
And then I rented it out to somebody we knew.
Any checks or?
What?
Any checks or nah?
No checks at all. The deposit back on my bank.
Yeah.
I was only like still 21.
Yeah.
And then I'm not messing. He rented it for about 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Never ever missed a payment. Never ever rang me and asked me could he pay late. Nothing.
Wow.
For about 8 years, and then he left and went and bought his own house.
Wow. That's spot on, isn't it?
Yeah. So like, I'm not messing. About 8 years he lived there. Never even rang me to like go and fix anything and nothing.
No.
So
what happened after that then? Because obviously it didn't scare you that much. You were straight back in, or was it a case of? So were you still doing them as the share things, or? Yeah,
still doing the as the share things, but they were never.
My ma worked in Asda as well, so
Did
I don't
she?
know. I don't think she got that though.
Well, they stopped. Walmart got bought out about 6 years ago, something like that.
Oh yeah, no. To be fair, this
I'd left by then, but
this was probably early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, so like once Walmart had got bought out, they all stopped and that the shares, but they was brilliant at the time, but they were never ever as good as that first one.
Yeah, because they all blew.
All the others were good. They were all right, but the first one was like off the scale, and I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but it just was. It was the big buzz around the shop. Everyone was talking about the money that we were all getting.
Yeah,
but I wish I would have had a lot more education back then.
Yeah.
When I speak to people on the Instagram now and they're young and all that, I always say, listen, you need to do as much education as you can. You need to learn everything about it, because if I would have had the knowledge that I have now back then, I think I would have been a lot more. Yeah,
100%. So what happened after that then? How long after that did you get your second one?
Well, I waited for it. It was in a 2-year fixed deal.
Yeah.
This is where like I didn't have a clue, and if I would have knew, I would have took a lot more money out. So the 2-year fixed deal was up. It was still on a residential. So I swapped it to a buy-to-let and took 10 grand out, because I still thought, like, you know, 10 grand, I'd be a millionaire again, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? When really, I had a lot more equity in it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have took all the equity out.
Yeah,
and bought more, but I took 10 grand out and bought one more.
How did you click to take the 10k out?
I wanted more money to buy more. And
So you were clued up, though, about that?
A little bit, yeah, but not as much as I should have been, because I should have took like 30 grand out and went and bought 3.
Yeah.
But I took £10,000 out and went and bought 1. Do you know what I mean?
Did you know you could have took more? You just thought, oh, it's a bit risky, sort of thing.
I knew I could have took more, but I was just like a bit of a shitbag, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
of course.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course. But
like, I was just a little bit like, obviously they were big monies to me back then. Do you know what I mean? So I was a little bit like, like, am I definitely doing the right thing?
Yeah.
What I mean?
So then 2 years later, you fixed and you pulled 10k out. You get another one. Where was this?
It was like Lark Hill. I still own this house now. I've never ever had a void in that house.
Really? Yeah.
I've had 2 tenants, and the minute someone left, the next girl went in the next day, and I've never ever had a void, because it's a lovely, lovely house.
Yeah.
And it's in a lovely little close.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
It's a really, really nice house. So I took the 10,000 out. All the houses, right? They all come back to that first house in Cherry Lane, you know, because I took money out, bought another one. So I had 2 at this point. And then I made even more money on that one, because I bought it. It was my first ever repossession property, this one.
Yeah.
And this is a bit of a mad story. Do you
Go
want
on.
me to tell you this?
Go on.
So I got an uncle who lives in Lark Hill, and he's lived there all his life, and he knows everyone. And I told him, I was like, I really want this house. It's in a little close in Lark Hill, and it's really nice and that. And he went, oh, I'll have a little look when next time I'm walking past, see what it's like and that. So he had a little look, and he went to the local shop, and the estate agents, they don't tell you who you're up against or what the other person's bidding or anything like that. And my uncle walked into the shop, and it was the shop owners. They were the ones that were bidding against me.
Oh my God.
And so they told my uncle how much they bid. It was final and best.
Yeah.
They told him how much they bid, because they would like really wanted it.
Yeah.
And then he rang me dad and was
told him.
You're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
The shopkeeper wanted the house. He's bidded like, I think it was 54,000 he bidded.
Yeah.
So I bidded 55,000
Yeah.
and won and got the house. I couldn't believe it.
That's funny, that.
And one's just sold in that street now. Don't get me wrong, it is done up lovely.
Yeah.
Mine's like rented, you know.
Yeah.
For 200 grand.
Fucking. And how much did you
bought
pay
it
for that?
54.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And I never spent that much on it, you know.
No.
Literally like maybe 5 grand, something like that.
So when did you realise then, like, you can actually make something out of it? Because it's all like, you bought one, you felt on top of the world. You bought another one, you felt, you know,
I reckon it was the second one in Lark Hill, because I had made a lot of money on that. So that one came out of its time, right? So we're 2 years on now from the second one.
Yeah.
And it come out of its fixed term. There's another thing as well. I didn't know you could come out early. You can pay a penalty charge to come out early. And then penalty charges are not that bad if you're getting huge amount of money back.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's worth it sometimes, isn't it?
40 grand back out the house.
What's a grand or
what's 2 grand? But I was like, I'm not paying £1,000 to come out. I'll wait the 2 years.
Yeah.
So I was waiting the 2 years because I weren't educated. I didn't know. Where if I knew now, I would have come out straight away.
Got it done.
Released all the money. But I started getting a little bit braver on the second one. So I was allowed to take out £40,000, but I took 20 out instead of 10.
Yeah.
So I took 20,000 out.
Yeah.
So I'll let you have a guess what I've done with the 20.
Go on.
Bought 2.
Yes.
So I bought 2 at this point.
2 on the go at the same time as well?
Yeah. Well, like virtually right after each other. I bought 2. It was just over about 23 grand, I think I got out of the second one. And then...
how old are you at this point? 24, 25? Flying?
We are on about 25 at this point.
Yeah.
So I bought 2. So I had 4 in total now.
Yeah, flying.
Yeah. Done them all up. They were all renting out. It was going really well and that.
You thought I'm the man here. I'm the man.
I'm the man here. And then I left it a couple of years, obviously, because I don't know. I should have took the money out earlier, but obviously I never. Then I had 4 houses then, and I knew exactly that's what I wanted to do, and I knew I had to leave Asda. I'd outgrown it. I'd outgrown it massively.
Yeah.
I never had any. I never really
desires.
Never had any like intentions or anything like. I don't know.
Didn't want to be a manager. Didn't want to do all that crap. You just wanted to.
Yeah. I never ever like. I don't know. I was bored in there. I was really, really bored. I'd done about 10 years at this point. I was thinking, no, I need to go now.
Yeah.
So I left. I went and joined like a bit of like a building sort of company, like it's a maintenance company,
Oh, yeah.
housing and maintenance company. And then I had to move out then. I was getting on now. I was getting on about 27, 28, something like that. I had 4 houses, all paying rent.
Yeah.
The interest rates were all dead low at that point.
Yeah.
So they were all earning a bit of money.
Yeah.
And then the prices started going up. The prices started really going up. I was always... I seen a house by my mum's come up for sale for 125,000. Now that's a bargain now.
Yeah.
But when that first come up, I was like, "There's no way that's gonna sell. 125,000 around here. I've been buying it for 60. I've been buying it for 55. I was like, "There's no way that's gonna sell."
Yeah.
It sold straight away. Now that was me first. Like, oh my god, I've got 4 of these.
Yeah.
So I was like, I rang my mortgage advisor, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this. A house is sold by my mum's, for like 125. Now they're like they're hitting 200 now."
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I need to do something. He's like, right, come and see me. So I went and seen him, and then I pulled out about 40,000 at this point. That was the most I'd ever had.
Yeah.
And then I needed my own house, so I had to go and buy my own house.
Yeah.
That was another repossession. It was like a crop. The whole house was a crop.
Yeah.
It was like, it was boss to do it, because I went back to brick and built an extension and all that. I really, really liked it. And then this is where it started getting a bit like heated now. So I was living in my own house. I'd just done all. Have you moved out and got your own house?
Nah.
So when that happens, right? This is what I found.
I had, and then I kind of moved back, and then I'm kind of all over the show, to be honest. But go on.
What I found is I spent every single penny I had, because I never had no furniture. I had nothing. Do you know what I mean? I had to have everything. Like I had to get a couch, a fridge, a bed. Like I had to do everything. So I spent all my money I had, every bit of money in my bank, I spent on the house, and it was a really, really nice house, and I'm lucky to have it at my age. At that time, and so this is where it gets a bit complicated. So the taxman, obviously, the taxman looks into me, and that was probably one of the most scariest times of my whole life. When the taxman done an investigation on me. But I always say to everyone, right? Everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
When I look back now, that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Put you straight, like.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me because. At the time, so I had about 5 houses at this point.
Yeah.
I had no money at all in the bank because I'd spent it all on my house, buying all furniture and all that. And obviously the taxman comes knocking and does the big investigation and all that. And he finds I hadn't been paying. I'd been paying taxes, but not all the correct taxes.
Yeah.
I was blaming myself for saying like, oh, I didn't really know and all that. But really, I should have known. I should have been more educated, and I should have known. Yeah. So I can't really blame anyone else besides myself. Yeah. So he finds me like 23,000 all in total. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all in. A bit of that, that was a bit of tax that I owed, and a bit of a fine because I was like ignoring it. Which I sort of basically was. He was right because I did sort of know I had to pay. Like, you're responsible, aren't you? Yeah. But I was just like hiding a little bit. So he finds me 23,000. Now bearing in mind, I never had £23 because I'd spent every single on this house. Yeah, on like my new house. So I went to see the mortgage advisor, and I went to see an accountant, like a proper accountant at this time and that. And he was like, listen, you're asset rich, but you've got no cash at all, but you've got a lot of assets. You need to sell an asset. And I was like, I don't want to sell a house. I was like, I really don't want to sell a house. And he's like, well, you need to. So I was like, so I'll have to sell one. So I've sold Cherry Lane's gone. Yeah, first sold my first ever house. You knew that, didn't you? Yeah. Because it had the most equity in, right? It had an unbelievable amount of equity in. Yeah. I could pay everyone off, pay my credit cards off, pay the tax man, and still have a lump sum of money to do something with. Yeah. And now this time, this is where like it started getting excited, my career, because I started learning a lot more. I discovered a lot more podcasts and all that. Yeah. Like, do you listen to the Hub, the Property Hub? Yeah, they're good. Like, I learned massively amount of him, like them too. They're class, aren't they? They know the stuff, like, don't they? Every single Thursday I listen to them, because that's like the Thursday ritual. Do you listen to them? Yeah, I love them, I learned loads of them. Unbelievable. I always send their link to people as well, because like it's proper educational, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And that helped me massively. So I ended up selling a house, paying everyone off, and I wanted to do BRR. I was thinking, because BRR, that strategy can change your life. It can, yeah. If you get it right and you repeat it and keep recycling the money, you can't half change your life. Yeah, it's mad. It is mad when you proper think about it. Like, you can buy a house. People say this free house thing,
But it is fucking true, isn't it?
I
Like,
couldn't believe it when people used to say to me, "You can get a free house." I was like, "I'm not having it. I don't believe it."
Yeah.
And all that, and then I got myself educated, and I was like, "Do you know what? I could have a go with this. I can do this because I get offered deals all the time. I can definitely do this. I just need the cash."
Yeah.
So I sold my first ever house, and then I had a bit of cash, and then I had a really, really low mortgage on my own house.
Yeah.
Because it was like a repossession, and I had to do it all up. So I released some money on my own house, and then the cash I had from the sale of the first one, I put it all together, started a limited company, because that's what Rob and Rob all go on about, don't they? And then I bought my first BRR, and it was a structural damage one. It was 72,000, so I bought it in cash for 72,000, and the side and the back needed dropping and rebuilding. I've obviously still got it. It's a boss house. I love it. My mates live in it as well.
Yeah.
And that was my first BRR, and that was my first time I thought, oh my God, this actually does work. You know what I mean? So I bought it for it cost me all in £120,000.
Yeah.
And obviously that's all got to be cash because it was structurally damaged. It wouldn't be mortgageable anyway. And then I got it up to really good standards, and then I got it valued and got a mortgage put on it, and they valued it at like 170 at the time. This is going back about 4 years.
Yeah.
They valued it at about 170. Now it only cost me 120. So then they give me back £127,500.
So you'd got what? Yeah. So
you'd
got your dough you'd put into it,
and then an extra 7,500. And that was my first. That was my first one on BRR, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't stop telling everyone. I was like, you need to do it. I was telling everyone, listen, you need to do it. I'd got that house for free. Well, I got paid. I got paid to love it. If you look at it like that.
So then what happened then? Then you were just like on the...
Yeah, and then I started doing BRRs then, and just started doing load.
Yeah.
And then at this point, I'd already had the page. That's how we've connected through the page.
Yeah.
That's how I connect through everyone, really.
Yeah.
So the page started in lockdown, because before the page, obviously I used to help all my mates buy houses, and I was like sending the same message out on WhatsApp a few times. People would be looking for good deals. So I'd be finding them, sending them to like 3 or 4 different people on WhatsApp who I knew was looking, who was asking me for help. And I was like, it just, in lockdown, it just come to me head. I was furloughed in my job, and it just popped in my head, and I thought, why don't I start an Instagram page? And I can advertise the ones that I think are good. And if people are interested, people can follow. So I started doing that. And I never told anyone for ages because I just felt a bit nervous. And then all I was doing was just screenshotting stuff off Rightmove, basically. And what I know is good, what I know is a good deal, and I know the houses have sold in that street for more. So I'll just put it up and I'll say, listen, I know for a fact next door sold for 200 grand. That's up for 100. You can buy it, do it up, and sell it on.
And people were buying, weren't they? People were actually buying, messaging you, going, I've just bought this one.
I get loads of messages with that, and I go and meet people. So when people get them, and I message them, and I'll go and meet them at their house, you know what I mean? That they bought through, because I've said the page, because I've said, like, it's a good deal, you know what I mean? I hope they do their own, like, background checks as well, like, but a lot of them are out of towners as well, so, like, you don't really know the Liverpool streets the way I do, really, because some streets, like, you'll know yourself, some streets in Liverpool are unbelievable.
And then
like,
the next street,
people don't like buying in them.
That's it.
So you've got to be careful, haven't you?
100%, especially here, like, like you just said, it's got one street and the next street's just like, no go. Yeah,
so I can tell like straight away, like I can say to them, listen, people like that street or people don't like that street.
Yeah. It's blue though, wasn't it? Your page, like it's like what, 12,000 or something like that now.
12,500 followers at the minute. Hopefully I'll get some off this.
Yeah.
I've started showing my face a little bit more.
That's what you need to do though. Like I'm the same as you. Like I didn't really want to tell anyone I was doing this and that. Didn't want anyone knowing. And then now I just got to a point where like I don't give a fuck, and just like fuck it. But your page, mate, is sick, and I'm always looking at your page, and that's why it's blue so much, because like there is so much value. A lot of the ones that you put up, like on your story, like people will be charging for that. Deal sources around here will be charging for that. So like you're doing it for free. You're doing it for free for people, and people are actually going through and buying it. So
it's mad how like the followers have just keep growing and growing, because I've never even paid for any like advertisements and nothing. Like it always asks me to pay for like boosts, and I never ever do nothing like that. All I do is just put whatever I think, I just put on the story.
I told you though, didn't I? I worked in an estate agent. I told you this, didn't I? I worked in an estate agent, and I remember it was a sick property in Woolton. And you put it up, and everyone in the office was like, "Oh my God, Liverpool property, proper buzzing like."
It's good advertisement for them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was thinking. Though, people, you'll probably find agents will start offering you soon, honest to God, like saying, "Can I pay you to put you?" Because if you put it up, you're probably getting more views than some people on some of the things on Rightmove, to be honest, because you've got that many followers, like. And everyone on there is looking, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? On your page. A lot
of my followers are all investors from all over the world.
Yeah.
I've met loads of them now. So obviously I started advertising on the page that I'll do refurbishment for people.
Yeah.
And it started taking off and I was getting loads and it was good. And I was meeting all like investors from all over the place.
Yeah.
And because I'd done a few of them and it went really well, they started like paying me to do more and more.
Yeah.
And I started like really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It was that good.
So is that what you do now? Do you do that now? Do you sort of full time in that or not?
No. I wish hopefully one day it will be full time.
Like a project management sort of thing and that. And
I don't know if you find the same as me, but sometimes I'm really, really busy, right? Like got like 3 houses on the go, job, everything, really, really busy. Phone doesn't stop, and then when all the houses stop, and I'm trying to refinance them all, it probably slows down. And I quite like it because I go on holiday and that. Like I've just been away twice. And, just breaks and that get me life back a little bit. Just why I'm waiting for the money to come back in.
That's it. That's the thing with property, though. I was saying that to someone the other day, like, unless you're doing a lot of property, like, sometimes it can be manic, and then sometimes it's just, like, dead, innit? And, like, you just kind of...
Hopefully I'll get to the point where we're doing loads for other investors, and it'll just be constantly busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously, when the money's, like, tied up and I'm waiting for it to come out, I can't really, like...
Yeah. So did you have no like training in terms of like property training, any education like that? Just always just in the podcast and the books and that?
I've never been to anything like that.
It's mad that.
Like before podcasts, so going back before like podcasts even come out on YouTube and all that, I had like a few people around our neighbourhood who I knew was into property and that, so I'd go and speak to them and I'd take everything in they were saying. And you know when I'd speak to my mortgage advisor and people like that, I'd take everything in that they were saying. And I'd learn loads of them. But obviously when I discovered podcast and YouTube and that, like it just exploded like my mind, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, wow, I'm already in a good position. I've already got a few houses and they're already going up in value all the time. So I was already like a little bit.
So you said about when you were like 16, first got a job, you knew still then you wanted to get into property, is that right?
I knew straight away, but I never had no money, just didn't know how. And then that going into the Asda shares was just pure luck.
That's a blessing, innit?
I weren't going in that thinking, right, I'm going to have £10,000 of these and I'm going to buy a first house. I was just going in it because everyone else was going in it. It weren't like, I weren't clued up on all like the American stock market and all like that, you know what I mean? It just all worked out really, really well.
So what's your favourite deal that you've done then up to now?
My favourite one is probably my first BRR, just because I absolutely loved it. It sounds mad, right? We basically knocked the house down and rebuilt it. It was winter. It was freezing. We had no sides, and I was loving it. And everyone who was helping me, like the builder contracts and all that, and the sparks and the plumber, they were all like, "You're weird," you know. And they were like, there was holes in the ceiling because we took the chimney out and that, and we hadn't had it filled in just yet, and it flashing down, and I was just loved being there, brushing up and all that. Keeping an eye on everyone. And they were all going, they were all just saying, "You're weird, you know, why are you here? You don't have to be here, and you're here." I was like, "I know, but I want to be."
That's funny, that.
It's just my first one, and I really enjoyed it.
Do you still love the process now and that?
Oh yeah, still love it, I've just done one, and then in Anfield, we got a little bit of a down valuation on that one. I was a little bit gutted, but it's still only cost us like £6,000 we've had to leave in, which is not that bad. And we'll have that back out very soon.
That's it. One thing, like this is a personal, like sort of selfish question now. If you've got a property and you bought it and you've refinanced, how many times would you refinance a property? Would you just do the one, or would you do it, in like 2 years, if it's gone up again, would you think, I could take some more money out of that? Or would you just do it one time? Does that make sense?
It makes sense, I know exactly what you mean. I'd do it more than once, but they'd have to be...
I've done it twice, like, on one, but
there'd have to be quite a lot of equity in it, you know what I mean? I wouldn't like to, like, absolutely, like... Because
what I mean is, you've had it down, it's only £6,000, like, but I've had it down by like 10, 15 before, and then 2 years later, it was worth, like, I bought one for 70, got it revalued at 1, done the thing with the redemption fee, paid the redemption fee, got it thing for 100, got all my money out. Not all my money out, but near enough.
How much was the redemption fee? Because they're not that expensive.
It wasn't that much, to be honest, because it was like my first one, took so long to do. I think they do, like, I think it's Bank of Ireland do the, it's like 3% the first year, 2% the second year. Depends what, obviously, term you get, but it, like, goes down in percentage on the year. But
how old are you?
25.
25, who's so young, aren't you?
Yeah, but now that's worth 140 now. So
I would take money out of that, definitely.
Yeah, well, I've just have, but that's what I'm saying. So I was just wondering if you'd keep. keep sort of taking.
I'd definitely keep taking money out of them.
Would
Yeah,
ya?
but I'd want to make sure there was still a bit of profit every single month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'd have to be quite like
Yeah.
£200 to £300 profit every single month, just in case anything goes wrong, and then I can get it fixed out of their money, and then
Yeah.
it's not really costing me anything.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
it.
like to like max it completely out, and it's not earning any money any month.
Yeah,
every
that's it.
single month. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I'd definitely take money out more than once if it gone up
If
in
it's-
value massively.
yeah, that's it.
Definitely, yeah. Have you ever sold a property?
Yeah, yeah. I sold one. I bought one 2021, I think it was, for 90. Spent fucking, honestly, it was a belter, you know. Spent 8 grand on it and sold it for 152.
What did you do with £8,000?
It was only a flat.
The paint and the floor. £8,000.
Honest to God, it was a flat. It was a flat. The
I think I might have seen this on your socials. If you
yeah,
put it
yeah,
up
yeah,
lately.
yeah. It was a flat. It was sat. Just needed a new kitchen. Didn't even need plastering. It was sat. To be fair,
You must have got it at a really good
I
value.
got it at a good price, but it also I kind of got the back end of the boom sort of thing as
Yeah.
well. So it was a bit, but it was still like 50 grand profit,
Brilliant, isn't it?
literally.
Absolutely brilliant.
And my intention was to live in that at the time. So I had it on a resi mortgage, so I
Yeah.
didn't pay. It was sat. It was spot on. But would you ever buy a flat or not?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you buy
All the
flats?
numbers, I always say to people, I'd probably buy any area as long as I like the house and I like the area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If the numbers stack up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't, obviously, if I don't really like the road, I wouldn't buy it.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
if I really like, the road and the numbers add up, I would buy it.
yeah,
Because I'm obviously at the end, I'm just renting them out, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like to hold me and keep hold of them all. I
Yeah.
don't like to really sell.
Have you sold any more since Cherry Lane or not? Have you kept them?
No.
Nah.
That's the only one.
So have you
And
not done any flips? Nothing like that. Just always bought, sort of kept old.
Well, I've done for other people.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean? Where I've renovated them for them and then they sell them on board.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
only just been paid. I've never
Just got to yeah,
I've just had a wage off it. I've never really
yeah,
it hasn't been mine. I haven't owned it.
yeah.
And I only sold that one because I was forced to. But when
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
back, it was meant to be because then that released all the cash to start the BRRs.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And now the BRRs, like I'm doing like 2 a year near enough on my own.
yeah, yeah. It's sound that, innit?
Yeah, and that's just with that one pot of money.
Yeah, yeah. Still, it's still the same one. It's mad,
still
innit?
that pot of money.
It is.
Still carrying on.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for a good few years now.
So what would you want to make then now? So say if you've seen a property and you want it, are you happy to get like
I'm
Like
happy
you
to get all my money back out.
yeah,
I
and that's the
like-
minimum you got to know. Like
I'd
your
like all my money back out. Sometimes, like the last one we just done,
Yeah.
we had to leave 6,000, and that's not really that bad, you know.
No.
What I mean? Like we'll have that 6,000 back very, very soon.
That's it.
And then it's just all profit then. And, then
And you've got to
all the
think of
money back
the rents as well. Like, do you know what I
Rents are
mean?
going up and up and up. Aren't they,
Exactly.
all the
So
time?
you're getting profit off that. So that's £6,000. You'll get that
Yeah.
back in what
You know, I always think, what's the rent going to be in 10 years' time?
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
I don't. Yeah,
imagine the rent in 10 years' time. What's it going to be? It's going to be like, it could be anything, couldn't
yeah.
it?
Even if you look at the rent from like 2018 to now,
I know.
or 2020 to now,
So what is it? Like
it's
double,
mad.
hasn't it?
Yeah, I had a flat in. Still got it. I had a flat in Oxton over the water in Whittle, and I had a tenant for like a year, and that went up like 200 quid. Just he was there for like a year, and I had to get another tenant in. That went up like 200 quid. It was just madness.
Made
But
it when they go.
yeah,
Get more money.
yeah. But what's your plans for the page? Then you just keep doing that, keep doing what you're doing
Yeah,
now.
I'd like to take more project managing on, definitely.
Would ya?
And just letting it grow more. I need to start showing my face more on it. don't
Yeah,
I?
well, you started that now, haven't you?
I've started
that.
it, yeah. Showed everyone my face on my last deal.
I bet
think
you got. Did you get more like? Because I think when you show your face, that's when things start like.
Yeah,
Because
but
people would have faced.
I did gain loads of followers, like.
Did ya?
Followers go up, yeah. And you have to, obviously I like to message everyone back. I don't like to leave anyone. Like,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
red, so it's hard keeping up with
Yeah.
everyone all the time. But when we put a house up to rent, like the last house I put up to rent, I think it got like 120,000 views.
That's madness, you know.
On,
Honestly, agents soon are going to be asking you to market their properties. I
all
swear
I
to
do
God.
as well is just walk around the whole property, just put a nice song on it, tag Liverpool, the area in it and stuff like that, and then just put up for rent how much in that, and it got 120,000 views.
That's madness.
I've got
you
another
know.
one coming up for rent the start of next month.
So are these your properties and the investors that you're working with?
All the ones that I advertise on my page are in enough all mine, besides like the odd ones, the investors, you know what I mean?
So you're saving yourself a few quid there then as well, aren't you?
Yeah, because I do all my own checks. So do you ever use open rent?
I'm onto it. I've never used it. I've checked it when I think about doing HMOs and stuff like that, and just to see what the market's like. But I've never used it. But I spoke to a guy and he said you can do sort of checks on there, can't you, or something?
It is really good. I've used Open Rent for years. I really like it. Before the page, I used to advertise on Open Rent. You know what I mean? Because you can advertise on Rightmove and all that if you pay them like 30 quid, 40 quid.
Yeah.
But at the minute, I've actually haven't really been advertising on Rightmove because on Open Rent because.
You're just popping off that,
The page is like getting loads of inquiries all the time.
So what do you manage your own tenants?
I manage all my own tenants.
Yeah.
And I like to pick all my own tenants.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel like I'm quite a good
judge your character. I'm terrible.
That's the very first one.
Yeah.
After that, we've never really had that much of a problem. You know what I mean?
So do you go and meet them then? So will you go?
Oh, I'm there on all the viewings.
Oh yeah.
So I'll obviously.
And you make it known like. I'm the landlord sort of thing. Do you?
I introduce myself as the landlord and that. Yeah, I like to meet everyone. I want to know who's going to be living in my house.
Yeah, it's fair, isn't it? Yeah.
I like to look at everyone and speak to them. And I like to ask them like a bit of a background about.
Yeah, 100%.
The majority of people are lovely that come, and it's hard because you can only pick one.
Yeah.
It is a little bit hard. So I don't really let more than 10 people come on the first viewing. And then if I can't pick anyone on the first viewing, then I'll let some more because it's not nice saying no to that many people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
do you get all your inquiries through Liverpool Property, the page? That's madness, You must be saving yourself because you know how much they charge. Like I get it a little bit cheaper because I used to work on one, but they charge like a month's rent.
I know, definitely, yeah.
And then obviously there's other little bits as well, like the checks and all that mad stuff. That's
so mad. I'll just advertise my own on there and like some of my mates as well who are like when theirs come empty and that, I'll do it for them. Yeah. And I'll go on the viewings with them and that, and I just introduce myself. But the one in Anfield, we got 35 inquiries that wanted to come and view it. Yeah. And that was just like off. I only had it up a day. Like, is that the one you put a video of? The like a 2-bed. Yeah, two-bed terraced. Yeah. We got 35 people wanting to come and see it just off the page. It weren't advertised on anything else. And I let 10 come and see it out of the 35. And then picked one, and she was lovely, a lovely woman. She invited me round to her house. Did she? Yeah. Because I wanted to see what she lived like. Yeah, and of course. The house was spotless. Was it? Yeah. You'd see, and it was a last minute, so it weren't planned visit. Yeah. I was in the area, and she said, "You're more than welcome to come round. If you want to see how I live." And I said, "You know what? Come now." So I went right there and then. So we had like plans where she, when you got to come round your house, you scrub everywhere, don't you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you got your mates coming round, you make sure everywhere's nice and clean, don't you? So I was thinking, if I do it right now, she hasn't got it. Yeah. And it was spotless. And I went round, and the house was lovely, spotless, and she was lovely. She smelled lovely and everything. like the first one, she wasn't robbing banks, was she? No, she's lovely. Well, I hope she's lovely. In a couple of weeks. But that's funny, that. I think if you smell nice and you look nice, and I think it goes a far way. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So, so obviously your plans for the page keep growing now. What are your plans for this year? You plan on buying a few more, obviously. Yeah, definitely. I'm in the market for a couple of more. I'm going to see one next week with one of my structural engineers that comes with me. Yeah. Because he's proper sound. I just pay him to come with me. And he has sound, and he lets me know exactly what I'm letting myself in for. Yeah. And I'm going to see that on Monday, I think. Hopefully try and buy 2 more this year myself in my own portfolio. Yeah. And then I need to do some more for investors. Yeah. Are you not asked about, obviously Liverpool's a tough market for HMOs in it with all the Article 4 and stuff, but you're not interested in HMOs at all? Do you want to know the truth? I'd love a HMO, right? I would love one, but I'd want one, like a really, really good one that I see, like people doing, like really, really nice ones. 6 bedrooms, 6 en suites. Immaculate. I want one of them, and I haven't really got the money for it. I know I can go and borrow all the money and do it. Yeah, but it'd be like a lot of stress on me, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course, I can do what I'm doing dead easy. That's it. You know the normal buy-to-let, I can do them with my eyes shut. Yeah, that's it. I know all the rules, I know all the regs, I know everything, I can do them dead easy. That's it. I would love a big HMO, I'm not going to lie. If anyone says they wouldn't, I reckon they're lying. Yeah. The big cash machines. That's it. But and with the commercial vows and all that, it's like it's like on steroids, isn't it? It's mad. It's mad. It's mad the way they get the commercial vow. The podcast all about people who talk. I know, I do. Yeah. I haven't really got the big cash injection. Because you do need a lot of money. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You need a lot of dough, The refurbs are like 90 grand alone. Yeah. And that's like a full one. Yeah. Like you need. That's like getting the house and a full refurb, innit? Yeah. With a normal single let, like. Because I wouldn't really want to do like like a standard one. Yeah. Like a little shitty bed. Yeah. You want to do it proper. I'd want like a proper one. Like a really nice one. You know what I mean? That people love to stay in. Yeah. But I haven't got the money, so yeah, that's it. How come you didn't
like post yourself then earlier on Liverpool property? What was that? Just a bit of a mindset thing, was it?
Probably just being a bit of a shitbag.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. I'm like that. I'm like that, to be honest. It took me a while. I seen you post, and it was you, and it was doing a video, and I thought, fucking, I need to do it. I need to do it. But it's just
I'd spoke to a few people because obviously I've made mates on that page, and we were all into property, and they showed their faces, and every time I meet up with them, they're always saying you need to show your face. You need to you'll get more work, you'll get more recognised and that. And I was like, I will, and all that. And then finally, I just thought, you know what? And the one I showed it on weren't even the best deal. The weren't even the best deal, but it was a start.
But you start thinking, don't you think, fucking all these deals I've done, I could have been doing all this sort of content for it. But
like the very first BRR, that's like anyone would love that. Anyone would snap their hands off on that. It's in L14. Yeah. It's a really, really nice house. Got a drive up, like a driveway. It's a proper, really good, nice house. Like if I would have done the videos back then, that would have went massive because the numbers were really, really good on it. But it's very hard to find them, isn't it?
Yeah, the All Money Out ones. Do you mean? Yeah, it's tough.
Because everyone's onto it.
Now, especially.
But, do you know how I got onto that one?
Go on.
It would come on Rightmove, and it wasn't a BRR when it come on Rightmove. But obviously, I'm just like addicted to property and that, and I thought I'd go and see it because it looks all right. So I booked a viewing, went and seen it, and I knew straight away it weren't mortgageable. I was thinking, this is not mortgageable, no way. So I just went up to the estate agents at the top of the road. So I went up to the top of the road and said, I'm not going to bother putting an offer in or nothing like that. I don't think it's mortgageable. And she was like, well, to be honest with you, I don't think it's mortgageable, but I can't say that because I'm just the estate agent. I haven't got like the power to say that. And I said, I'll give you my name, my number. If someone buys it and like tries to go through like getting a mortgage and it gets knocked back, give me a ring. Never thought nothing of it. Like a month, 6 weeks later, they rang me. And was like a first-time couple first-time buyers were trying to buy it. The bank's knocked it back, said it's not mortgageable. It's going to go into auction. Do you want to make an offer before it goes into auction?
In auction conditions or not?
No conditions.
I see.
No, they were sending it to auction, but they rang me because I'd left my number and my name. And they rang me, and I offered 70,000. And
did you know at the point when you got it accepted, you were like, "This is a bargain"?
No, not at the time. No, because I was a bit scared. It was the first time spending a lot of cash.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, especially
at first, anyway.
Yeah, and it was my first BRR, so obviously I weren't like clued up on everything the way I am now. Like, because the refinancing side's hard, you know. Yeah. Because I can do them quite quick now. Yeah. Like, I try and get my money out straight away, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've only owned like that Anfield house 3 months. I'm trying to get my money out, and they're asking like 1,000,001 questions. When I first started BRR, I didn't know all that. Yeah. But now I'm onto it all, so we know what questions they're all going to ask. So I have to get everything ready for them. Yeah, that's because they want to know. The new lender wants to know why it's gone up in value so much. So quick. That's what they want to know. Yeah.
Provide a schedule of works, all that keeper and all that.
How much you've spent, all before and after pictures. Yeah. Loads of receipts. They want to know all kinds.
Yeah. Do you get involved with bridging at all or not?
No, I've never ever done bridging. It would be something that I would like because I feel like I'd be able to maybe go and get a BRR and stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't want to scare anyone. I've seen projects go wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it,
with my own eyes, I've been there and seen the projects go wrong. Yeah. And I think, imagine we were on a bridge in here.
Yeah.
Good job, it's all our own cash.
Yeah.
Imagine we were on a bridge and it was coming.
It's scary, isn't it?
It's keep me up at night because I overthink anyway.
That's it, yeah.
My mind, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I know.
Because, you borrow 200 grand on a bridge and
you're looking at 2 grand, 3 grand a month, aren't you? Something silly,
it's a massive amount, when you go over.
Yeah. And that's it. And if it goes past the 12 months...
That's what I mean. And I've seen projects go wrong.
Yeah.
Easily. So maybe I'm a little bit scared doing it.
Yeah. I'm doing it for my next one. I'm completing on the 29th on one. And I've got a bridge on it. And it's the first time I've used bridging, to be honest.
Where is it?
It's in Wallasey, over the water. Yeah, come and see it.
How much have you borrowed on the bridge?
85, I think. 85, yeah, come and see it.
All the fees they had on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like they had all mad secret fees,
literally, yeah, literally. Well, my brother's
I've looked into it, but I haven't took any.
My brother's just like sort of getting into it now. He's like, that bridging loan, you said you need to be careful doing that, I was like, nah, I know. It's like, don't start fucking scaring me now.
There's a few ways you can get it as well. So what have you got? Have you got it for 12 months?
I've done 12 months and I'm going to try and do it in, 4 to 5, 6. I don't know. My plan is to do it definitely under 6 months, in refurbed, out, cash out.
All money out?
I'm open. Not all money out, but like quite a fair bit of it, maybe 90%. But I'm happy with that, to be honest.
That's all right.
Yeah.
My last one, like I said, was 6 grand left.
I'm happy with that, but it just depends. Yeah, it depends really, because like I know that area spot like completely well, so it depends. Sometimes you have an idea in your head, and obviously if the valuer, the surveyor's got a different idea, then like my last one, I thought I'd get 190 for that, and that ended up getting that value to 175. Went over the road. That was a 4-bed. That was a 4-bed. Completely done, massive garden driveway, a 3-bed across the road with no driveway, no garden, sold for 175. Work all needed. Mine was completely done, 4-bed. So there's a lot of money.
It all depends. It all depends if they're happy or not.
That's it.
What do you think I got down valued? The painters had finished the day before, and obviously because it's winter, I should have went round and turned the heating on.
Yeah.
He come round, he was dressed like immaculate. He had paint all over him. And he had to come on with me. He was going, paint all over me. Everything he was touching was full of paint.
Fuming.
And he weren't happy when he left. And I was thinking, no, I've definitely pissed him off.
Do you go meet them, do you?
Yeah, I go
little pack and all that, little valuation pack?
No, I've seen people do that.
I've never done that.
I do talk to them a lot though, and I point things out. So I tell them everything that I've done.
Yeah.
And I'll say to them, that one sold for X amount. That one sold for X amount.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I'll be able to see all that.
Yeah.
And I was
that's what I thought. I don't want to be telling them how to like suck eggs sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? But
a lot of them are nice. I reckon I'd pissed him off because he was full of paint.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's what I think it was. But then the time before that, I had another little 2-bedroom in Old Swan, brilliant. I got an extra 2.5 grand out of that.
Yeah.
So it only cost me 80, and I got 82.5 grand back out.
Wow.
So that was a brilliant house, that. And the surveyor came, I got on with him dead well, flew through it. Just because he was happy. He was happy, I was happy. I was answering all his questions.
Yeah.
I pointed out everything that we'd done.
Yeah.
And then he agreed with me with the value, and I was made up. But obviously the next one, he weren't happy with me.
Yeah, that's it. I used to know them all, me though, because I worked in agents. I know them, so I know who downvalued. So when I remember got my first one, and some fella came and I thought, fuck, I just knew straight away that it was getting downvalued. Yeah. Everyone used to call, because he always used to downvalue, but what
estate agents did you work in?
I worked in Bradshaw, Farnham and Lee over the water, and then like Venmore's over here.
So have you been an estate agent all your life?
Yeah, from like 19. Yeah. From like 19.
It's a good start.
I enjoyed it. I loved it. I reckon
I
think anyone who's remotely interested in getting into property should go that route.
I always say to people, I should have left Asda earlier than I did and went into estate agents and learned a lot more about the industry. Yeah, I loved it at the time, and then sort of like you with Asda, I just fell out of love with it and I thought I don't want to do it anymore. But it's a great starting point, and I at the time I fucking loved it, and at the time as well, the housing market was booming, so it was great. It was busy. It was amazing. Well over the asking
price. Yeah. So it was an easy little role as well, really, at that point. But Sean, thanks for coming on anyway. I really appreciate it. It's been good to get you on and meet you and that. And yeah, it's been a good laugh. So thanks very much. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, mate.
If anyone wants to follow you or connect with you or anything like that, where's the best place? Obviously Liverpool Property. So
they need to follow the Instagram page, Liverpool Property.
Anywhere else you can connect or?
No, just that really.
Just that.
Yeah, I don't really have any other socials. I would like to I always say I'm going to get like a LinkedIn. But
LinkedIn, yeah. I always say that LinkedIn's like untapped a little bit, so especially for if you're doing this.
People getting deals on there.
100%, yeah. 100%.
So I need to get on there, really.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. All right.
Mate.
All the best. Cheers, Sean.